Watch this carefully. See how she's moving? No stopping every few steps. No wincing. Her legs aren't giving out halfway through the garden. Now I want you to think about your own legs for a moment. When you stand up after sitting for a while, do they feel heavy? Like you're wearing invisible weights? When you walk to the mailbox or up a flight of stairs, do your calves burn or cramp? And here's the one that worries people most. Do your feet feel cold even when you're wearing socks? If you're nodding your head right now, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not imagining it. Something is changing in your body after 60, and today I'm going to show you exactly what it is. But here's what might surprise you: this change isn't inevitable. Your body has a built-in system, something called nitric oxide, that's supposed to keep your blood flowing smoothly to your legs. And when you understand how it works, you can actually support it. No miracle cures today. No magic pills. Just solid science and practical steps you can take starting tomorrow morning. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your circulation changes with age, and more importantly, what research shows you can actually do about it. I'll walk you through specific foods and drinks that scientists have studied for years, show you what really works, and give you a realistic timeline for what to expect. But first, let me ask you something. Drop your age in the comments right now. I'm curious who's watching and at what stage of life you're focusing on your health. No judgment, just curiosity. Let's dive in. The science explained. Alright, let's talk about nitric oxide. And I promise, this won't be a boring chemistry lecture. Imagine your blood vessels are highways. When traffic flows smoothly, everything works perfectly. But what if those highways started narrowing? What if the lanes got tighter and tighter until cars could barely squeeze through? That's essentially what happens to your blood vessels as you age. Here's the key player you've probably never heard of: nitric oxide. It's a tiny molecule that your blood vessels produce naturally, and its job is beautifully simple. It tells your arteries to relax, to stay open, to keep the traffic flowing. Think of it as a keep moving signal for your bloodstream. Now here's what changes after 60. Your blood vessels gradually produce less of this nitric oxide. It's not dramatic. It's not sudden. But year after year, decade after decade, production slowly declines. And when your arteries don't get that stay relaxed signal as often, they start to narrow. They stiffen. The blood flow to your legs decreases. This is why your legs feel different now than they did at 40. Less blood flow means less oxygen reaching your muscles. It means waste products building up instead of being carried away efficiently. It means your nerves aren't getting the nutrients they need. And yes, it affects your balance, your walking endurance, your comfort level when you're just trying to enjoy a walk around the block. But here's where this gets interesting, and this is why I made this video. This decline in nitric oxide? It's not some inevitable death sentence for your circulation. Your body can still produce it. In fact, your body wants to produce it. The question is, are you giving your body what it needs to make it happen? Because here's what most doctors won't take the time to explain to you: there's a simple pathway in your body that converts certain compounds from food directly into nitric oxide. It's basic biochemistry. It's been studied in thousands of research papers. And it works. This isn't about supplements or expensive treatments. It's about understanding how your body works and feeding it the right raw materials. Now, before we go further, if you're finding this helpful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about evidence-based health information you can actually use, and I post new videos every week. Plus, subscribing helps YouTube show this to other people who need to hear it. Let me show you exactly how this works. The dietary nitrate connection. The secret ingredient your body needs is something called dietary nitrates. Not nitrites from processed meat, that's different and not what we're talking about. I'm talking about natural nitrates found in vegetables. Here's the pathway, and it's actually elegant in its simplicity. You eat foods rich in nitrates. Those nitrates hit your saliva, where bacteria in your mouth start converting them to nitrites. You swallow, and in your stomach, those nitrites get converted into nitric oxide. That nitric oxide then enters your bloodstream and tells your arteries to relax and open up. Food goes in. Nitric oxide comes out. Blood vessels open. More blood flows to your legs. This isn't alternative medicine. This isn't a theory. Athletes have been using this for years to improve performance. Cardiologists have studied it for blood pressure management. The research is extensive and consistent. Studies on thousands of people have shown measurable improvements in blood flow, arterial function, and walking endurance when they consume foods high in dietary nitrates. But let's set realistic expectations right now, because this is where a lot of health videos go wrong. Can these foods support your circulation? Yes, research clearly shows they can. Will one glass of juice reverse damage within hours? No. That's overselling the science, and I won't do that to you. Real improvements come from consistent intake over weeks and months. Think of it like watering a plant. One glass of water won't revive a dried-out plant, but consistent watering over time? That plant will thrive. Your circulation works the same way. And here's something crucial I need you to understand: these foods support your body's natural processes. They're not medications. They're not replacing medical care. If you have serious circulation problems, you need to work with your doctor. What I'm sharing today is how to support your body's natural systems through nutrition, ideally alongside proper medical care. Think of this as part of a comprehensive approach, not a magic bullet. Alright, drop a comment below if this is making sense so far. And tell me, have you noticed changes in your leg circulation? I read every comment, and I want to know what you're experiencing. Now let's talk about which foods actually deliver these nitrates in meaningful amounts. The evidence-based options. I'm going to walk you through several options that research supports. No ranking system, no best or worst, because honestly, the best option is the one you'll actually stick with. Each has different strengths, different considerations, and different price points. Let's start with the one that has the most research behind it. Beetroot juice. If there's one drink that scientists keep coming back to study, it's this. Beetroot juice contains concentrated dietary nitrates, about 300 to 400 milligrams in an 8-ounce glass. The research here is solid. Multiple studies have shown that people drinking beetroot juice regularly experience improved blood flow, reduced arterial stiffness, and better exercise performance. We're talking about peer-reviewed research published in cardiology and sports science journals. What should you realistically expect? Over the course of several weeks with daily consumption, many people notice their legs feel lighter during walking. The burning sensation in their calves decreases. Their feet don't feel as cold. Here's how to use it: 8 ounces of pure beetroot juice in the morning on an empty stomach. Why empty stomach? Better absorption. The nitrates get converted more efficiently. Now, the considerations. First, it will turn your urine pink in about 15% of people. Completely harmless, just startling if you're not expecting it. Second, beets are high in compounds called oxalates, so if you're prone to kidney stones, check with your doctor first. Third, the taste is earthy and strong. Some people love it, some people have to acquire the taste. Cost-wise, you're looking at $6 to $10 a week if you're buying it bottled. Leafy green smoothies. Here's an option that might be more sustainable long-term for many people. Arugula, spinach, kale, these are among the highest dietary nitrate sources that exist. The advantage here is you're not just getting nitrates. You're getting fiber, vitamins, minerals, and other beneficial compounds. It's a more complete nutritional package. 2 cups of arugula or spinach in a smoothie every morning gives you a significant nitrate boost. The research on leafy greens and cardiovascular health is extensive. Studies consistently show benefits for blood pressure, endothelial function, that's the lining of your blood vessels, and overall circulation. Here's a simple recipe you can start with tomorrow. 2 cups of arugula or spinach, 1 cup of mixed berries, half a banana, and unsweetened almond milk. Blend it fresh and drink it right away. The key word there is fresh. Nitrates degrade over time, so you want to consume this within an hour of blending. Considerations: you need fresh ingredients, and you need to prepare it daily. It requires a bit more effort than buying bottled juice. But many people find it more palatable and more satisfying than straight beetroot juice. Cost? About $4 to $6 a week, maybe less if you buy in bulk. Celery juice. This one got popular a few years ago, and while some of the claims were overblown, there is legitimate science here. Celery contains natural nitrates, and some studies have shown blood pressure benefits. You need a juicer for this, and you'll use about 4 to 5 stalks to make 16 ounces. Drink it fresh on an empty stomach, similar to beetroot juice. The taste is very different, salty, almost savory, pretty polarizing. People either love it or can't stand it. The benefits appear to be a bit milder than beetroot juice based on current research, but it's hydrating, very low calorie, and some people respond really well to it. Cost is moderate, about $5 to $8 a week depending on where you shop. Hibiscus tea. Now this is the budget-friendly option, and the research here is actually quite impressive. Multiple studies have shown that hibiscus tea can reduce blood pressure and improve endothelial function. It's not working exactly the same way as dietary nitrates, but it's supporting your circulatory system through different mechanisms, organic acids and compounds called anthocyanins. 2 cups a day, steeped for a full 10 minutes to extract the beneficial compounds. You can drink it warm or cold. The taste is pleasantly tart, almost like cranberry. Most people find it quite enjoyable. Here's the important part: if you're on blood pressure medication, you need to talk to your doctor before adding this regularly. Hibiscus can lower blood pressure, and combined with medication, it might lower it too much. Cost? About $3 to $5 a month. Seriously. It's incredibly affordable. Dark cocoa. Yes, you read that right. Unsweetened cocoa powder contains compounds called flavonols that support nitric oxide production through a slightly different pathway than nitrates. The research on cocoa flavonols and cardiovascular health is extensive. Studies show benefits for blood flow, blood pressure, and arterial function. 2 to 3 tablespoons of pure, unsweetened cocoa powder daily. You can mix it into smoothies, make a hot drink with it, or even add it to oatmeal. Critical point: it must be unsweetened. Those sugary hot chocolate mixes won't work. Sugar can actually impair circulation short term. If you need sweetness, use stevia or monk fruit. Taste-wise, it's bitter on its own, so mixing it into something is usually the way to go. Cost? About $6 to $8 a month. Watermelon. This one is seasonal, but it's worth mentioning because people love it and the science is interesting. Watermelon is rich in an amino acid called L-citrulline, which your body converts into another amino acid called L-arginine, which then supports nitric oxide production. It's a slightly longer pathway, but studies have shown cardiovascular benefits. 2 to 3 cups of fresh watermelon, or 8 to 12 ounces of fresh watermelon juice. Emphasis on fresh: the citrulline degrades with processing. The taste is obviously great, it's hydrating, and it has less impact on blood sugar than you might expect despite being sweet. The downside is availability. You can't rely on this year-round unless you live somewhere tropical. Now, let me quickly tell you what I'm not recommending and why. Plain water? Essential for hydration, but it doesn't provide nitrates. You need it, but it won't specifically address circulation. Green tea? Some modest vascular benefits, but they're slow and subtle. Not the most efficient choice for targeting circulation specifically. Cherry juice or pomegranate juice? They have some beneficial compounds, but they're also loaded with sugar, 30+ grams per cup. For most people, especially those with blood sugar concerns, the sugar content outweighs the benefits. Before we move on, if you're enjoying this, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm show it to more people who could benefit. And tell me in the comments which of these options sounds most doable for you. I'm genuinely curious what resonates. Now let me show you how to actually implement this. Building your protocol. Here's where theory meets reality. You don't need to do everything I just mentioned. In fact, trying to do everything at once is usually a recipe for doing nothing 3 weeks from now. Pick 1 or 2 options that genuinely fit your lifestyle. Let me give you 3 sample approaches, and you can choose the one that makes sense for you. Option 1, the juice-based approach. 8 ounces of beetroot juice every morning on an empty stomach. Wait 30 minutes before eating breakfast. Throughout the day, stay well hydrated with water. In the evening, enjoy a cup of hibiscus tea. Simple, straightforward, requires minimal preparation if you buy bottled juice. Option 2, the whole food focus. Breakfast is a green smoothie with 2 cups of spinach or arugula. Lunch includes a large salad with mixed greens. For a snack, have a dark cocoa drink made with unsweetened cocoa powder. This approach gives you more overall nutrients but requires more daily preparation. Option 3, the combination approach. Alternate days between beetroot juice and a green smoothie in the morning. Hibiscus tea daily. 3 to 4 times a week, make an extra effort to include leafy greens in your meals. This gives you variety while keeping it manageable. Here's what matters most: consistency beats intensity every single time. Daily small amounts are more effective than sporadic large doses. Think weeks and months, not days and hours. One more critical tip about timing: don't use mouthwash immediately after consuming these nitrate-rich foods and drinks. Remember, the bacteria in your mouth are part of the conversion process. Mouthwash kills those bacteria. Wait at least 30 minutes, or use mouthwash at a different time of day entirely. And here's something that amplifies everything we've talked about: movement. Even gentle walking enhances nitric oxide production. You're not just relying on dietary nitrates, you're combining them with physical activity that naturally supports the same system. Other lifestyle factors that help: adequate sleep, stress management, and absolutely avoiding smoking if you currently do. These aren't just generic health advice, they specifically impact your body's ability to produce and utilize nitric oxide. Medical responsibility. Let's talk about what you should actually track and when you need to see a doctor. Keep this realistic. You're not going to measure blood flow percentages at home. What you can notice are functional changes in how your body feels and performs. Keep a simple log for the first month. Every day, rate your leg comfort on a scale of 1 to 10. Once a week, note how far you can walk comfortably, or how long you can stand without discomfort. Over several weeks, you might notice your legs feel less heavy during daily activities. The burning sensation when you walk decreases. Your recovery time after physical activity improves. Your feet feel warmer more often. These are the realistic improvements people report when they consistently support their circulation through nutrition. But I need to be very clear about something. There are red flags that require immediate medical attention, not dietary changes. If you experience sudden severe leg pain, significant color changes like your leg turning pale or blue, wounds that won't heal, severe swelling in one leg but not the other, or intense coldness and numbness that comes on suddenly, you need to see a doctor immediately. Don't wait. Don't try to fix it with juice. These could be signs of serious circulation problems that require medical intervention. And speaking of medical care, share these dietary changes with your doctor, especially if you're on medications. Continue taking prescribed medications unless your doctor tells you otherwise. These foods support your health, they don't replace proper medical treatment. Specific situations requiring extra caution. If you have kidney disease, the oxalates in beets and greens need to be discussed with your doctor. If you're on blood pressure medication, both hibiscus and dietary nitrates can lower blood pressure. Usually that's good, but your dosage might need adjustment. If you're on blood thinners, the vitamin K in leafy greens needs to be consistent in your diet, not wildly variable. Your doctor needs to know what you're doing so they can support you properly. Quick request, if you know someone over 60 who's dealing with leg circulation issues, share this video with them. Send them the link. It might be exactly what they need to hear right now. The realistic conclusion. Let's bring this home. Your circulation changes with age, partly because your blood vessels produce less nitric oxide. That's real, that's documented, and it affects millions of people. But you're not helpless here. Your body still has the machinery to produce nitric oxide, it just needs the right raw materials. Dietary nitrates from vegetables, particularly beetroot juice and leafy greens, give your body those raw materials. The research backing this spans decades and thousands of studies. This isn't speculation, it's established science. Will this transform your life overnight? No, and anyone who tells you it will is lying. Can it be a meaningful part of supporting healthy circulation as you age? Research suggests yes, absolutely, when done consistently as part of a comprehensive approach to health. The key word there is comprehensive. This works best alongside regular movement, good sleep, stress management, and proper medical care when needed. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one approach from what we talked about today. Just one. Commit to 30 days. Track how you feel with simple notes, nothing complicated, just honest observations about your leg comfort, your walking ability, your overall sense of circulation. Give your body a real chance to respond. Not 3 days. Not 1 week. 30 days of consistency. And work with your healthcare team. Make sure this fits into your overall health picture, especially if you have existing medical conditions or take medications. Your body has a remarkable ability to maintain and support itself when given the right tools. These aren't miracle cures, and I won't pretend they are. They're evidence-based ways to support the circulation system you already have. Small, consistent steps add up to real improvements over time. Before you go, 3 things. First, subscribe if you haven't already because I make videos like this every week. Second, leave a comment telling me what you're going to try first. And third, hit the like button if you found this valuable. There are links in the description to the actual research studies if you want to dig deeper. Always consult your healthcare provider before making major dietary changes. Here's to healthy aging, one practical step at a time. I'll see you in the next video.